Hello, YouTube, and welcome to episode 8 of the Road to Glory here with Manchester United, or Paulies at the wheel, however you want to refer to the save. But we have a monstrous episode for you here today. We've got Sevilla in the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final, and then we also have Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final on the Sunday of this week. Since you last saw us, we had one game, which was against Arsenal, which we were 2-0 up in and then drew 2-2, which is a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. I did rotate the team. Once again, you can see Cavani and Martial on the score sheet, and we just could not capitalise our chances really in that game, but Arsenal did play quite well. So we're going to just jump straight in. We're going to try and go full strength for both of these games and then hopefully get the results that we're looking for. We've got Liverpool playing at the same time as us. I've gone with Scott McTominay as that ball-winning midfielder on defend, just a bit more defensively solid. Probably is the best in that role for the team as things stand. We do have Benesa, who can play either as the box-to-box or the ball winner. But yeah, Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, Shaw, with Greenwood, Sancho, Rashford, Ronaldo up front. I think, again, we should do quite well here if we score one or two early goals, and we'll look early in the second half to make some changes to that. But let's pump the fist. I think we need to show everybody when we're going to say I've got faith, and I've got faith, and I've got faith, because I really can't see us losing this game today. But what we're going to do is we are going to jump down to key highlights, because we are going to have two games in this episode. So if you haven't watched episode 7, make sure, and to understand how we're 3-0 up here against Sevilla in the Champions League, make sure you click the little timestamp that's at the start of the episode, or go into the playlist and have a look at the episode that was released yesterday, because we need to have a bit of a chat about some of the things that are in the comments of that episode, because we need to have a big think about who we're going to bring in for next season. But as we think about that, let's see what materialises from this highlight. So Bruno finds Rashford pretty well into Sancho, who's been quite good off this left-hand side. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. It's 1-0. We are 4-0 up on aggregate. It's only 8 minutes in. This is absolutely massive for us. We should be home and dry, and we'll need to keep eyes on what's going on here as well, as PSG does take the lead against Liverpool. So that game now is 1-1 on aggregate. So that is really important for us to remember, that Liverpool only beat, well, I won't say only, but Liverpool beat PSG 1-0 at home in the first tie, or the first leg of their tie. So PSG are on the other side of the draw as well. So that tie doesn't directly impact who we play as of next, if we do manage to beat Sevilla, which I'd like to think we'd finish comfortably ahead of Sevilla. So we're looking at either Dortmund or Juventus, so we need to keep an eye out on the results of the other quarter-final. But I'll let you guys know of that result probably in between this game and the Liverpool game. So big opportunity here to take 2 trophies this season, being the Champions League and the FA Cup. Beating Liverpool is going to be very, very difficult though. So we're going to probably break down that game a little bit more later in the episode. But if we can walk away with the FA Cup and a Champions League this season and do a double, I think we would have done a absolutely fantastic job. So here we go. Scotty McTominay, we've brought him in for a reason today. We find Greenwood into Ronaldo. What a ball to Rashford. And he's put it wide, but I think he was offside anyway, so we'll live with that. That's fine. Again, we're not really overly dominant here, but I think maybe there's a bit of an element of we're already through. That wouldn't surprise me if mentally the players are not checked out, but they're not 100% in this, or they're not up for the fight 100%, which is fine with me. I can live with that, because we really just need to steady the ship and not concede rapid goals. We've seen teams blow 4-0 leads in the past, but I think this Manchester United team on paper is very, very strong. So we're ticking away nicely into half-time here, which is nice to see. 1-0 up, we're just cruising. Let's go with the outstretched arms. That's as good as the first half. Probably wasn't, but might as well make the players feel good about themselves going into this second half here. We'll look to make some early changes as well, so we can save legs of Ronaldo, Greenwood, and maybe Bruno, just so we can keep them all fresh for Sunday's game, and then just hope that we don't get any injuries, which is what's going to probably prevent us doing well in this FA Cup. So let's take Ronaldo off now. There's no need to keep Cristiano Ronaldo out there. Let's put Cavani on. Let's get Greenwood off. We'll bring Diallo on, and we'll take Bruno Fernandes off for Donny van de Beek. So we'll make all three of our changes. We'll get guys that aren't really in the rotation into the team, so we can just chip away nicely here. But here comes Sevilla through Acuna. Who's he look for here? He's going to go inside back into Fernando. Can we just keep them at bay? Rakitic, interesting ball towards Luke Shaw. He does really well to cut that out. Sancho, Rashford gets back on side, but loses the ball. So here we go. Papu Gomez into Acuna. I just don't get. So Sevilla, they win the ball back. We're out of position, and then they just sort of, they don't go direct with it. They're just looking to go tiki-taka rule style. You're 4-0 down on aggregate. They need to be playing a bit more direct. Now, this is a really long highlight for a key highlight. So I reckon there's a goal attached to this highlight. And let's see if we can spray a ball forward and see what that creates. It's Cavani, it's Rashford. He's 1-on-1. He's got to score that. Bang. Marcus Rashford does score it. There we go. 2-0 up on the night. 5-0 up on aggregate. We're at home as well. There is no way Sevilla are bringing this one back. And that's where, the intent there, they're playing with a defensive midfielder, a ball-winning midfielder, and probably a centre mid on support. It's just so negative. Like, I don't understand why Sevilla, they don't push their full, and only running with one as a wing back as well. So, they've kind of played into our hands. They're just, for us, I'm happy for us to sort of sit there, and I know we do play a gegenpress style, but, they're just not looking to break that. I'd be, trying to stretch our defence. We are playing with, 4 attackers, and they're playing with 3 midfielders. So if they're playing with a bit more dynamism, or they're trying to be a little bit more progressive, they'd be able to find space in between the lines for us. But there's a shot there, and Henderson does well to deal with it. But for me, it's just Sevilla, this whole tie of just not, I was actually quite surprised looking at their team on paper. I thought they were going to actually provide a really difficult challenge where they would hold possession well, but they'd also look to go forward, where I think a lot of it, maybe we just shocked them at home, beating them 3-0 on their patch might have sort of threw them off a little bit. Maybe they were trying to, just get to here and really force us into us dominating and then them hitting us on the break. But it's Cavani over the free kick who thunders it into the post, which would have been an absolutely fantastic goal. But like looking at their defence, they're all absolutely spent as well. So obviously they're just got a bit of a thin squad maybe compared to us. They haven't been able to rotate out of the Champions League, and we've, obviously we dropped points to Arsenal, but I did say in the last episode that the Champions League was the priority. So I felt comfortable enough. I don't feel comfortable dropping points in the Premier League, but I felt comfortable making sure that these guys were ready to go for this second leg, where maybe I didn't need to. We could have maybe gone full strength against Arsenal, but I didn't want to run the risk of a real poor result here against Sevilla in a competition that I feel that we're close to winning. So PSG, Liverpool, the best thing for us here is for that game to go to extra time and penalties. So Liverpool are a bit more tired for our game at the weekend with them. But here we go with 5 minutes ticking away, 2-0 up, nice and comfortable. We've taken some of the big boys off very early. Luke Shaw with a real high match rating of an 8.6, doesn't even have an assist, so he must just be absolutely cleaning up. And to speak about Luke Shaw, there he is right there on the goal line, making sure that we keep a clean sheet. That ball did look like it almost had crossed the line, but obviously it didn't, because we do have goal line technology here in the Champions League. But 2 minutes to play. Can we just hold on quite nicely? It looks like we're going to 2-0 and 5-0 in aggregate. That's a great set of results here against Sevilla, with some really good performances from a lot of our team. So that's what we'll take. We'll be very happy with those results. Let's go do the press conference. PSG do win it on penalties, which I think is important for us too. I didn't really want to play Liverpool. Imagine we have to play Liverpool now, and then we got them in the lead, and I wouldn't want to play them in the final as well. So, no. Okay, fair enough. No press conference. So what I'll do, guys, Luke Shaw gets a 9 match rating from left back. That is unbelievable. But I will leave it here for now, guys, and you are going to see us for our FA Cup semi-final against Liverpool. Welcome back, YouTube. It is time to take on Liverpool in the FA Cup semi-final. So since I last saw you, we had Arsenal beat Chelsea yesterday in the other semi-final 3-1 after extra time, which is massive. You also would have seen that we are going to be taking on Borussia Dortmund in the next stage of the Champions League. So massive, massive episode coming up next with the doubleheader of Borussia Dortmund. But for today's game, let's get into the team. A few changes. We've got Edison Cavani up front. Cristiano Ronaldo is not 100% fit. He's on the bench. If we need him, we'll throw him on, but I'm hoping we don't need him. Bailly's going to miss out. Do we have a centre-back on the bench? We've got Lindelof on the bench, which is fine. We are going to leave Diallo. No, we're not. We're going to bring Diallo instead of... Who are we going to leave? Donny van de Beek, because we've got Benesa who can play both of those midfield roles. So that is fine. And then we've obviously just got the rest of the team pretty well that did well. But I'm going to actually drop McTominay for Benesa. So we've got that little bit of extra quality in the midfield. So Greenwood, Sancho, Rashford, Cavani. Hopefully they can get the job done. Let's go and see the team that we are taking on, because we know Liverpool are going to be full of quality. They've got Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Curtis Jones, Henderson, Salah, Mane, Firmino. So they haven't actually gone and bought anyone big in this season. So it's the Liverpool we all know and love. I'm going to just make them, I trust that you guys are going to get the job done. Let's go look at them. Let's get some instructions on those guys. We're going to be making sure that we tackle Salah, we show him onto his right foot, and we're going to mark him very, very tightly. So here we go. Let's get out there. Are you excited by the prospect of Derby Day and facing off against your rivals? Yeah, will you be devoting time to any special tactical considerations? I'm not going to talk about it. Henderson has been in good form, and he starts today. We'll be very happy about Dean Henderson. So this is how they line up. They're lining up 4-3-3. Would you expect anything less from a Jurgen Klopp Liverpool side? But here we go. We're at Wembley. We've got 90,000 people in attendance here. Can we upset Liverpool, the league leaders, who will definitely be looking to win this tournament now that they are out of the Champions League? And I just want to see a positive performance from the lads. I want to see, those, sevens. I want to see lots of greens there on those players, those 6.6s and 6.9s or whatever. Can we try and get them up into the sevens? I'm just trying to look at the stats at the same time, and we've had the only shot of the game. It's pretty even when it comes to possession, so it's going to be interesting to see how much of this game we actually see, or is this going to be a very cagey affair from both teams? Bruno doesn't look too happy, which is interesting. Fabinho, Matip already on yellow cards, as well as Luke Shaw. So I wonder if we can maybe get at the centre of Liverpool's defence. We've had 3 shots already, but all of them off target, which is a bit disappointing. And here we go. It's Salah into Curtis Jones. It's Mo Salah. Here we go, lads. Can we just defend this scenario? Curtis Jones finds Salah into Maguire. I don't know why Bruno was so deep, but that's a poor clearance only as far as Fabinho. We've won it now. Bruno, Sancho, Luke Shaw. Here we go. Can we just get up the pitch? This is a great sort of press from Liverpool. They forced us long into Rashford. We find Sancho. We find Cavani. He takes Virgil van Dijk with him, and that's probably the end of the highlight. Maybe not. Maybe Liverpool are going to go and create their own offense off it. It's Trent. We know of Trent's quality. Luke Shaw's already on the yellow card. Don't dive in. Bruno then dives in. It's Mo Salah into Curtis Jones. Shaw goes to bring him down. It's Curtis Jones, and it's 1-0 to Liverpool in the semi-final of the Cup. That's not what we wanted to see. Luke Shaw almost got himself sent off as well there. Let's encourage the boys, because that's got everyone back on side at least. And can we find a way here to either get a goal back here before half time, or at least just look like we want to be here, because Liverpool have really stepped it up. But here we go. Luke Shaw, good ball in. Rafael Varane. There we go. 1-1 in front of our fans. It's hard to kind of tell whose fans are who, because everyone's kind of got red and white in the stands. But Raf Varane doesn't score too many goals. We've gone with the near post corner. Bang goes Rafael Varane inside the near post. And that is what we want to see from our star players. So let's go. Can we just find another opportunity here before half time? That would be ideal. But I'm very, very keen to see what will transpire in these games, or not this game, in this game, I should say. No more highlights. We've seen 2 highlights. We've seen 2 goals, which is quite interesting. There must be space down this left-hand side for Sancho and Luke Shaw if Trent and Jones are playing as complete wing-backs and advanced playmakers. So I'm going to try and keep an eye out on what's happening on this left-hand side here. But we managed to transition out to the right-hand side quite well with Wan-Bissaka. Now, he should be able to run at Robertson. I'm not saying that Robertson's not a great defender, but we've got 2 really good fullbacks ourselves, and we're looking okay here trying to shift the possession around, and that's the ball I want us to try and play, but not that time though, because Trent hadn't committed to going forward. So if we're able to wait for Trent to almost bomb on like he has here, so there's Trent there as a complete wing back. We know he's going to go forward. Now there should be space in behind if Sancho can get there. And there's the space exactly right by Rashford. He's run straight into that channel vacated by Trent. Can we make them pay for it? It's Cavani. That is the exact way that I want to attack this Liverpool team. That is the way we are going to have success in this game. We need to get down that left-hand channel. I'm going to pump our fist. But that's the way I see us working well. I don't want to put work it to the left hand side because it's not really working. It's almost working the ball to the right hand side, so we get that left channel over the top. But I'm a bit nervous, and I don't want to tweak the tactic at this stage. But 7 shots in the first half was a very, very good start. As Sancho's over the corner, it's Varane again. Raphael Varane with the double to get us through. That deserves one of these. There we go. Raphael Varane from 2 corners pops up with 2 headers. And are we on our way potentially to an FA Cup final against Arsenal, which would be massive as the old rivalry? Here we go. It's Luke Shaw. Don't tell me it's Varane again. It's Raphael Varane. He scored a hat-trick in the FA Cup semi-final. What is going on? Corners have been nerfed at this stage on FM, but not for Raphael Varane. Alisson's just jumping around, grabbing at nothing, and we go 3-1 up against Liverpool, and it's Raphael Varane of all people. Imagine who would have thought that he was going to be the hero that maybe sends us to a FA Cup final. But here we go. It's Mo Salah into Jones. This game is livening up. It's Mo Salah. It's Firmino. It's a big save, but it's fallen to Sadio Mane. And it's now 3-2, 55th minute. That's not what we want to see. I think I've just lost my light that's run out of battery. So sorry if the quality of the camera has just dropped a little bit. But I'm not going to plug it in because I'm going to be fumbling around. But here we go. Sancho, who is very, very tired and on a card. No, he's not. But I'm going to take him off. We'll bring on Anthony Martial, and I'm going to take Luke Shaw off for Diego Dalot because I'm a bit concerned that, tempers might be flying. We might be getting a second yellow card from Luke Shaw, which shouldn't happen, but Virgil van Dijk is now booked, and so is Fabinho, I think, and so is Matip, but there's space there for Bruno Fernandes. There we go. From that bit deeper of a position, Bruno makes it 4-2. This game has just gone completely bonkers in the last 5 minutes of this game. There's goals galore. We're going to continue with those changes. Raphael Varane is on a 9.5 rating. Fabinho's gone to right back. Wait a minute. Before this all happens, what have Liverpool done? So they've gone and moved Henderson back. They've moved Fabinho to right back. They've taken Trent off, and they've taken Robertson off. What have they done here? They've brought on Jota for Firmino. They've brought on Mazraoui. Isn't he a right back? On FIFA, he's a right back, isn't he? Why are they playing him in midfield? I mean, he definitely can play midfield, but why would... They've just created a whole nother problem for themselves. They've brought on a right back to play as a box-to-box midfielder, but then they're going to put Fabinho. They've got 3 guys on cards, and then they've got Joe Gomez on at left back. This is so strange. And then they've got fresh Diogo Jota up front, but that whole set of subs just makes no sense to me. But if they want to hand us an opportunity to play in an FA Cup final, then by all means, I'm more than happy to comply. But it's Salah on the corner. It's Virgil who hits it into the crossbar. And can we capitalise? Bruno, I think your time is up. I'm going to bring on big boy McTominay, I think. Yep, we're going to bring on Scotty McTominay, and he's going to go in the ball winner role. Benesa can go box to box. I'm going to drop this down to positive so we can try and be a little bit more pragmatic in the way that we play, but I don't want to change things too drastically. Raphael Varane on a 9.7 in an FA Cup semi-final. Who would have thought? Virgil van Dijk has now gone in as an anchor man, and Fabinho's gone to centre-back. What is Jurgen Klopp doing? Jurgen Klopp has lost the plot, I think. I've never seen anything. If you've seen anything like this, get it in the comments of this video, but I've never seen anything quite like what I'm witnessing right now. It's Marcus Rashford who's through. Can he find someone back post? It's Wan-Bissaka. Can we find another goal here? It would be fantastic for us. It's Benesa. It's Jordan Henderson who's defended that really well. And it's a fresh Jota who's running through. It's Wan-Bissaka who hasn't defended it well. Oh, my God. That's slab head for you, isn't it? That's off Maguire. He needs to do better there. That's dreadful. I want to watch this again. So I think, was that Wan-Bissaka or Varane? That was Varane, sorry. It was Varane who got beat by Jota initially. Henderson saves it. Maguire then starts running away and it hits his ankle and it falls back to Jota. You got to be kidding me. And if Liverpool get back into this game because of that mistake from Harry Maguire, I'm going to be livid. So 5 minutes to play. We've only had 5 shots on target to their 11. You might say we've gotten lucky, but I'd say from 3 corners and a well-worked goal by Bruno, we're well deserving of our advantage here. But let's just keep the ball. We should have options. There should be options here. We've got Maguire. Can we work it this way now? So we know if Liverpool do go to trigger press us, there should be space to play out the other side. So we do recover well with Diego Dalot. It's Mane. Greenwood's just gone to ground. McTominay's done well. It's Rashford, Cavani. They've found Anthony Martial. Can we find a 5th goal against Liverpool? Who would have thought Liverpool have the potential to concede 5 goals in a game against Manchester United? It's Greenwood, and I reckon there's an offside in there. I don't think this is going to stand. I reckon he was just offside. Let's see what VAR has to say. The assistant referee has not given us any indication. VAR says it's awarded. We've been given the goal. We've scored 5 goals against Liverpool at Wembley. Benesa, I just want to see what happened here. So Benesa, Virgil van Dijk kept Greenwood on side, and that's a good little side-footed finish from Mason Greenwood. And Varane is up to a 10-match rating as a centre-back in a FA Cup semi-final. That is unbelievable. His centre-back partner is sat on a 6.7. Van Dijk, for whatever reason, is playing as the defensive midfielder. Henderson's now at right-back. I don't know what the hell Liverpool were doing. How'd they finish? They finished with Virgil there, Fabinho at centre-back, Henderson at right-back. This just makes no sense. Alisson got a 5.9. We've just taken advantage of an absolute capitulation from Liverpool, and we'll take that all day long because we are now matched up against Arsenal. So well done on reaching the FA Cup final. It feels fantastic. Were you always confident despite moments? There was an element of luck. Yep, whatever. Good to beat your rivals. Yes, it is. And Jurgen will take that from you, mate. Raphael Varane with the masterclass. That is just unbelievable. Klopp doesn't want to use officials as an excuse. You can't use the officials as an excuse there. We will be taking on Arsenal in the FA Cup final. That's what you need to see. Raphael Varane won 21 headers and had a pass completion rate of 98%. If you like this episode, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. What an episode it was. So many questions that need to be answered from Liverpool's end there. But if you are keen for the next one, make sure you smash that thumbs up button once again, because we've got Borussia Dortmund on the way. We're going to Germany first. So if you're keen, let's get going. That will be out very, very soon. And I'll see you there very, very shortly.